what is your name?
Well, my name is Abubakar Nuruddin, um, and I've 100 to special education.
Can you tell us how you became blind?
Well, normally, I don't normally disclose how I became blind to people, because sometimes when I try remembering them, then I become so much emotional.
Okay.
But since this is an academic field, there is a need. So I became blind when I was given birth. I started schooling. But before then, my mother told me that, the time that she was pregnant, she went to she went to the farm to fetch some firewood to come and prepare our daily meals for the entire family. So then when she went in and after she finished fire and fetching for the firewood, then she was about to carry. For her to get someone to carry her was a problem. So she tried, and unfortunately she fell. So she fell on the stomach, and then it was she was affected. As the time was growing, I one day went to school, and as I was coming, I was playing with my friends. When our students are coming back from school, we play football on the roadside and all those things. So I, there was a vehicle coming. So the colleague that I was playing the football with tried to raise the ball. Then I do what? I take it from the other side. So when he raised the ball, it was but the height was higher than me, so I decided to use my head to head it, then do what? Use my leg to stand on it for it to do what? Come down and pick the ball. So when I decided heading it, the ball hits my eye. Then the dust entered into my eye.
Okay, now let's talk about how you go about doing your daily activities. How do you get to know, or let's say your hall to the lecture hall? How do you find your way to the lecture hall?
Yes, that is what I said earlier, that especially we those with visual impairment, we depend much on our brain. Okay, and that is why we need to always be empathized, not to sympathize. You must always teach us how to fish so that when we get to the sea, we can be able to apply what we've learned. So I mean that if you given us an environment to stay, there should be a mobility and orientation, and that of which our senior colleagues, I will say congratulate them for that. Whenever we are going for lectures, and you just ask the person, maybe I'm going to this place, the person will just carry you along, and as he's going, um, internally you'll be memorizing them in your head where you pass, or when I just go when I'm going somewhere and the person just can't tell me, and I just tell the person I'm going to this place. The person just maybe direct me, this is the road. As I'm going, and as time goes on, I'll be familiar with the environment, so that I'll be able to live even without anybody's presence.
So, assuming you are working without assistance,
Okay.
how do you get to know that there's a gutter here and so you need to cross that gutter?
So then, well, it's a nice question. That is what everybody should ask. It is simply that we have what we call the white king. We have what we call the white king, as in this thing. When I just stretch this thing and I'm walking, before I get to this thing that it has hit.
Yeah.
I will get here, the white king has already informed me that there is something here. Okay. So as I'm going on, if it gets to the gutter, you see that it will try sinking inside the gutter. Then I'll get to that there's a hole there. Then I'll walk slowly to the gutter. Then I'll push it ahead to see if the distance of where I'm standing and where the white gate is far. then I can then now stretch my legs to cross.
Okay.
Or if without the quite cane
Uh-huh.
and I'm walking, I have to walk slowly. Okay, so that wherever I step, I make sure I don't just step it with. I mean, I don't step it in a form of force. I'll just walk slowly, slowly, so that if there's a gutter there, I'll be able to identify it. Because if I'm to walk towards anyhow, I can easily fall. So I will walk in a gentle manner, in the sense that I wouldn't fall.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Now you're a student. You need to take notes when you go for lectures.
sure.
You need to write exams.
Yeah,
How do you write?
yes. We have about six types of learners. Okay, that is the visual, the audio, or the by visual, by auditory, kinesthetic, global, analytic, and then whatever view.
Yeah.
Okay, so we deals with tactile way of learning, and that's once the our curriculum is very rigid in a sense that the curriculum only assess people with intellect. People it only deals with the intellectual aspect, pen and paper work.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as we find ourselves in that way, we don't write pen, but we write what we have what we call braille. That's our way of communication. That is the braille reading and then braille writing. The writing is what we call braille.
Do you have the braille?
Yes, I have the braille here. And then the material that you use in writing is what we call either the frame and then the stylus or what we call Perkins Braille. The Perkins Braille is used. It is the most easiest way of a blind person or any person with blindness can use to write. That's when you just type it like the way you are using a typewriter.
Okay.
But this is what we call the frame. Okay, this is what we call the frame.
Okay.
And every dot has its meaning. And once I've been taken through that kind of system of reading and writing, I'm able to write and read. So once you use this thing we call the frame, we also use this pen or this um, device that with a metal called the stylus. Okay, the style style. So you use it. When you fix the paper inside, then you point it. Okay, in a form of dots. So you write from the right to left, but when you are reading, you turn it like this. When you are to write from left to right here, but when you are reading, you read from left to right. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what we use in writing the braille, and then reading the braille.
Okay.
Um,
Very educating. Now let's talk about how you buy things from the market. Do they cheat you at the marketplace because you cannot count the money for how do you buy from the market?
yes, before I get to the market, I already know the amount that I'm having.
Okay.
So someone will ask, how do you know this is money? And if it is money, how do you know this is one city,
Yeah.
two city?
Yeah.
Good. The government initially started doing something and saying that when the money is out, they have some kind of braille dots on the money that if you fill it, you get to know the amount. Okay,
Yeah.
but it seems the attention has been taken away and it is no more existent. But at least it's a long time I have come across. But I can only sometimes I am able to identify money in the sense that when you take an ordinary paper and money, the ordinary paper is a little bit thicker than the money.
Yeah.
Money is very light. And money too has, you can smell. It has a sense of smell. But you can't smell paper. Okay. There is no way or no person with disability will stay without regretness or will always stay without any amount of pain and sadness or anxiety. One is that one aspect of my regretness is that it is the society perception about persons with disability. That is you being discriminated or stigmatized, passing on comments that is not expected. And I've always been saying that every human being is a potential of being disabled. Disability is not something sold at the market that you have to go and buy, but it comes in various conditions. Now, those people who used to help us to come out from our pains, they are rather pushing us into. And in the sense that society neglection also has to do with the neglection of the three um, key domains: the affective domain, the cognitive, and the psychomotive. The affective is in the sense that I always need affection. People should love me. People should let me feel like I'm with them. So that I always feel like no matter what you do, after all, someone who loves me. So I should have that kind of courage from others. The psychomotive, the cognitive domain is how you are going to empower me cognitively. I should be able to reason and come up with something. But if you don't love me, how can you help me to build my cognitive aspect? No. Okay. So you must empathize with me. Don't sympathize me, because if you sympathize me, I will spoil. I will depend on my disability and I'll be lazy.
Yeah.
So you need to empathize me, tell me to work hard, force me to do something. So that I have to remember that although I've lost my sight, but life can still be. No way you can um there's no circumstance that you can be someone in life without fighting hard. So empower me with my cognitive. And then the psychomotive, try to make sure that take me to various places, a tour walk, take me to those doing PE so that they will I'll exercise my body so I'll also be strong.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here, you lock me indoors for about 1 week and come back and open the door and see if you see me, you'll be able to identify me. You see, my bones become weak automatically. So you need to take me to also encourage so that I'll work so that I can be physically strong. Okay, that is it. So that is the society neglection. You still have that kind of um, um, message to give to that person. And I am sitting here suffering. I don't even have anything to eat. To just give me the little side to also go and find a place at home. And someone has a site, misusing it, instead of you taking the person's site and giving it to me, giving it to the person.
Sending the regret that people with this issue of visual impairment are facing. I want you to recommend to the society um, on concerning people with special needs.
Well, to talk of persons with special needs, um, it is a non-ending talks, or when we are to talk about it, it's a non-ending process. But the little thing that I would like to say is that, as I earlier indicated, that everybody is a potential candidate of being disabled. That is the first thing that each and everyone who finds himself in this planet called Earth should put it in mind, that you becoming blind or you becoming a disabled the possibility is there. Because there's a saying that until you've grown, do not laugh at the midget. Okay? And that you don't know when and where you can become. As into whether when you were moving around, nobody knows when he or she will even die. So how can you then now predict what will happen to you as life is still ongoing? So society should know that disability is everywhere. It is not given to a particular group of people, but it will only appear to you as when a time is due. And then society should also accept that although if you are disabled, it means you cannot perform. But in one way, you can also still perform in a sense that everything has an advantage and disadvantage. Now, if I give you this, my braille, to write or to read, it's going to be a disaster. You can't even identify even a single word. The same applies that when you also put in the letter word A and you ask me to identify, I can also identify. Okay, so I would say that in one way or the other, we are all challenged. Okay, so they should have it in mind and then try to accept persons with disability in their various places, either being at the workplace, being in their homes, or wherever they meet them. If you see the person, you cannot help the person, don't discourage the person, just keep quiet for the person to allow him to go. Don't pass any kind of derogatory comments or any comment that will hurt the person. And also, the various being a mosque, a church, and um, any educational institution that we find ourselves in, there should be an inclusive setting or environment that will accommodate each and every person in this world. If you are in a church, the church should provide a sign language interpreter for the deaf. If you are in a church or a mosque, they should provide tactile learners or auditory material for persons with visual impairments. If you're in a church and you can afford, you should provide wheelchairs and crutches for those with physically challenged, so that wherever you are, the person can also get access to the environment. Also, outside even the educational field, um, government institutions like workplaces or public institutions like that should also make sure that buildings that they will construct, it should be the environment should be barrier free to each and everyone.